Hey guys, how you doing? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report. Hopefully you're having yourself a good start to your day. What I set out here to do today, guys, is a video on an article that I wrote about how to win at sports betting. Now, in order for me to stay on path here, I'm going to refer to my cue cards because this will be like my 60th take here doing this video. And anytime you do these type of videos, you always feel like you're missing out something or you left something behind. And it's always good when you're doing your prep work to always do a reference chart. So this way you don't miss out on anything, right? Now, when I first did this video, I said, okay, who's gonna watch this video? And the two people that came to mind are people who are tired of losing and people who are just curious, right? People maybe that are just saying, okay, well, what's this system? How's he doing it? How's he approaching it? And if you're one of those people who are tired of losing, what are you doing in your handicapping techniques or your method or your beliefs that is not working? And one of our head coaches that I used to coach with at university used to say this all the time to the players. Sometimes in life, you're gonna have to do things that make you feel uncomfortable to be successful. And maybe that's an approach that you take towards your handicapping or your sports betting on taking a different approach or philosophy to be more successful. Another thing you got to ask yourself: are you profitable? Are you making money? And if you're not, then if you just keep doing what you're doing and it's not working, what's that definition of insanity? Keep doing something over and over again, expecting different results. Again, you got to really sit down, reevaluate, and then take a different approach to what you're doing to be successful, right? Are you always, re-upping? Are you always like putting money into your account? Are you withdrawing? If you're withdrawing, then you don't need to watch this video because you're doing something right. But if you're one of those guys or girls who are constantly losing and you feel like you're always feeding back into your account without withdrawing, well then obviously there's something that you need to do about that, right? And the thing in sports betting is that we're so action junkie that sometimes we forget about the money aspect and we just don't care because we just want action. But then when you start doing the math and you start being accountable and you start, hopefully you got a system where you're tracking how much you're winning and losing, because at the end of the year when you're doing, say, your taxes or you're looking at your profits, you're going to see that, maybe you need to start looking at sports betting in a different light. And that's what I hope to accomplish here today with this how to win at sports betting. Now, I'm going to minimize this. You can find this article and all the numbers at atsstats.com. And what you're going to see, two things that you need to have in sports betting: discipline and patience. Not every day is going to be a day where I call it Picasso day, right? It's not going to be a day where you're going to be able to make money based on, say, there's only 2 games going that day. You got to really pick your spots in how you approach your sports betting and just, and remember why you're doing it. Are you doing it for recreation or are you doing it for professional reasons to make money? Using the 11-10 rule. So the 11-10 rule is this: you lay 11 to make $10. And what is your unit? Is your unit $10, $100? So let's say one unit is $100, and that's for this purpose of this exercise, we're going to use $100 as a unit. You're going to see the key number that I'm going to mention a lot of times here is 57.1%. That is what is needed to show a profit in sports betting. If you scroll down, if you're at the website, scroll down, you're going to see that I've broken it down in 5 different sections. Right here, this is the progressive betting management chart that we're going to use in just a few minutes. This here is the 7-pick chart. So let's say you do 1 pick a day for a week. Okay, so that's 7 overall picks. Here's 14 overall picks based on, say, 2 picks a day for a week, 21 picks, and 28 picks. So let's go back to the 7 picks here. And what you're going to see in this column right here is the number of wins. Here in this column here is the number of losses, and then the percentage of the winning percentage, and then the return on investment of your units, right? So let's say, for instance, in the last 7 days, I went 2 and 5 for 28.6%. I'm down $350 if I'm betting $100 a game. So if I go 6 and 1, I've hit 85.7% of my selections. I'm up $490. That's pretty good return on investment on 7 wagers. Now let's take a look here on the 14 wager chart. So let's say I go 7 and 7. All right, I'm hitting 50%, but guess what? I'm still down money. I'm still down $70 and I hit 50%. You would think from a psychological point of view that you hit 50%, that you know, break even doesn't mean zero. It means in sports betting you're down $70, and that's because of the 11-10 rule if you are betting point spread sports. Now, if you're betting money line sports like NHL and Major League Baseball, apples and oranges, totally different game, right? Now, in the 7-day pick chart, the 7 picks, look at this. In order to make a profit, in order to make $70, you need to hit 57.1%. You need to go 4-3. Now, in order to hit 57 in 14 picks, in your last 14 picks, you need to go 8-6, and then you're up $140. In the last 21 picks, if you go 12-9, 57.1%, you're up $210. But that's a lot of work when you think about it, right? 21 picks, and I'm only up $210. That's a lot of stress for 21, or say you're doing 3 picks a day. That's a lot of work. Now check this out. If you look at the chart here on the 21 pick selection, if you go 11-10 for 52.4%, you got shown a return on investment of 0. So sports betting is very complicated at times. It doesn't have to be, but it's very hard at winning, right? 13-8, 61.9%, that's you $420. But that 57.1% winning percentage, again, that's the one that's going to get you $210 based on your last 21 picks. Now, if we go look at the last 28 picks, you're going to see here 14-14, 500%, 50%. You think you break even, right? You're down $140. Imagine that. You go 14-14, you hit 50% of your pick the last 28, and you're still down $140. Now, the reason why I'm showing you this, 57.1% is where you make your profit. But you got to hit that 57.1% in your last 7, 14, 21, 28 selections in order to make a profit of $280 if you're using the 28 pick selection range. 16-12 for 57.1. However, if you get on a great run, let's say you go 20-8, that's $1,100 and 20, $1,120, hitting at 71.4%. Very tough to do though to hit that 70%, right? So let's take a look at my money management system. It's called Progressive Betting Money Management Chart. Now, what you want to do here is in this column right here, you have the win percentage or the winning streaks. So let's say 1 to 17, and then we have your budget. So let's say your budget is $1 a game, $10 a game, $20, $25, $50, and $100. So let's take a look. Let's say we'll use, for this purpose here, this exercise, let's use the $10 budget. So my first pick, I put $10 that wins, I win $10. So I got $20 now to play with. So my second bet, if it wins, I'm gonna win $40. And then I'm gonna take that $40, reinvest it, and hopefully I win 4 in a row to win $80. And if I get 5 wins in a row, I get $160. So in order to make $160 using, say, the 14 system, I'd have to bet 14 times to get 140. $20 less than the 160 ratio rule here, right? Where is it again? 160, and that's just on 4 selections, 4 winning bets. 20, 40, 80, 160. So 4 winning bets gets you $160 using the progressive system. And if I use this system here, in order to get 100 and let me see here. Let's say the 7-day chart to get $160. It really, there's no range. You'd have to win 57.1%, or at least 5-2. So 7 selections here to get 280. Here to get 160 or 140, I'd have to wager 14 times. In order here to get 160, 21 times to get 210. So just to give you an idea of high risk, high rewards. And my secret to, well, not life, but my philosophy in doing business, less is more. And if I can find a way to find a system where I'm more consistent, and the thing is with this progressive management betting system chart, you got to win. If you lose, you're out. Using a $25 budget, so let's say you win 6 in a row, that's $800. Now, how do you get those 6 wins in a row, right? That's what you're asking maybe. It's tough enough to win, 3 in a row, 4 in a row, 5 in a row, but how do I get to the higher win percentage to get a higher return on my investment? Well, there's a couple of things you can do. One, your own handicapping on how if you're comfortable and you're doing well, then you can use this system using your own handicapping system. Number two, you can purchase picks from another handicapper that you believe in or you trust that could win on a consistent basis. Or number three, one of the sites that I use is called streetcatcher.com. And Streetcatcher, the thing I love about Streetcatcher is that there's always somebody that's hot. And look at this guy right here. He's on a 6-game winning streak. His highest streak is 7. And if I go look at his picks in his last 6 releases, if I've used these last 6 picks for myself, and let's say I use a $25 budget, I'm up $800, and all I'm doing is writing his picks. So I come out to Streetcatcher. I see he had Maryland, Indiana under 65. Had I bet that from the beginning of his streak, I'm up $800. Now, I wait for his next pick, and I put $800, and if it wins, it's $1,600. Now, here's what you're probably asking. I'm not comfortable putting $800 or $640 on the next pick while I've already made $640. That's okay. Then that just means your risk tolerance level is not as high as other people's, or that your budget or your the way you do things in life, your means is just not meant to be at that level where you want to continue. And it's just that comfort feeling that I talked about, right? So then you go back and you start from zero. You take your profit of $800 and then go start again at 25 and then build up that streak again. And that's how I think is a good way of having fun. And it's just exciting if you get somebody who's hot, or if you get hot and you keep winning. And the higher you win, the more stress you're going to get, because you got a bigger decision to make at every time you win. Every time you win, you're going to have a big decision to make. If I win at, say, 7 in a row, that's $1,600. If I want to make $3,200 and go 8 in a row, that's $3,200. Do I want to do that? Do I want to risk $1,600 and then get nothing if I lose? Or do I start back from scratch, bank the $1,600, and start from 25 again? And that's on you. That's what you want to do, right? And to me, that's the exciting part about this progressive betting, is that you will know with your risk tolerance level at what point do you want to continue your streak on, right? It's almost like that. How do you want to be a millionaire type thing? It's almost like the same type of method of thinking on making your profits. So again, once you get to these, especially you get to like the 4 and the 5, you start getting a little higher, depending on the brackets you're in. Like say if you start at 100 and you're at 1,600. And here's another thing I want you to focus on too. Let's say we're using the $20 budget and we're at $1,280. It took me 7 picks to get to $1,280. But if I go look at the article, in order to get to $1,280, like say on the 14-day pick chart, I needed to be almost at 13 and 1 in the selection. So think about that. In order to make $1,200 using this system, I need to go 13 and 1, 92.9% to make $1,100. The chances of going 13 to 1 are pretty tough, right? But if you can go 6 and 0 using the $25 bracket, or sorry, the 7 streaks in a row at $1,280. So that's only 7 risks that you take in compared to what did I say, 19 or something like that? Let me go back to the 14. 14. So 14, it's half. It's basically cut in half, right? So that's a system that I've been using for a while, guys. It's progressive betting. It's a lot of fun. Some things you want to do too is once you get to 3, 4, 5, start back from 1 again, and then work your way until you build up your bankroll, and then you can get more money you got in your bankroll, then the higher risk you can take, right? And you can dedicate a percentage of your bankroll to the risk you take. Hopefully that helps you. All right, guys, that's my money management system tip today. Hopefully it helped you. And again, you can get this at ATSStats.com. And again, if you do appreciate this video, hit the like button, or if you want to leave a comment, and subscribe to this channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner. And each time we release a video, each and every day, you'll get notified. You just got to go in your settings to for the notifications, because I know there's a different way now where if you want to be notified of the channel that you're following, that whenever they release a video, you got to go in your settings and select the notification tab. All right, guys, have yourself a great day. As always, shop for value, play those percentages. We'll see you back shortly with another Raymond Report.